I have decided to move on. I'm not gonna be working here anymore. Maybe a couple times I've ever welded. He was like right there showing me exactly what to do, and guess it paid off. But I haven't welded in probably like 3 years.
She tamed mangled steel and braved treacherous recoveries alongside one of the toughest off-road crews on YouTube. But when Lizzy abruptly disappeared from Matt's off-road recovery in 2023, fans were left stunned and shattered. The truth behind her tearful farewell is a gripping story of ambition, sacrifice, and the ruthless crossroads between viral fame and living authentically. What really happened to the fan-favorite welder who captured millions of hearts will forever change the way you see this YouTube sensation. When fame meets reality, the rise of Lizzy Stout. Remember when you first discovered Matt's off-road recovery? That raw, authentic YouTube channel, where Matt Wetzel and his fearless crew tackle impossible vehicle recoveries across Utah's unforgiving terrain. The show exploded in popularity after launching in early 2019, becoming one of those rare online sensations that captivates millions with genuine adventure and heart-pounding rescues. But among all the incredible personalities on the show, one person stood out from the very beginning: Lizzy Stout. With her infectious smile, incredible welding skills, and fearless attitude toward dangerous recoveries, Lizzy quickly became a fan favorite. She wasn't just another crew member, she was the heart and soul of many episodes, bringing both technical expertise and genuine warmth to every challenging situation. Lizzy's journey with Matt's off-road recovery showcased something special. Here was a young woman who could handle a welding torch with precision, drive massive recovery vehicles through treacherous conditions, and maintain a positive attitude even when things went sideways. Fans loved watching her tackle jobs that would intimidate most experienced mechanics, proving time and again that skill has nothing to do with gender. The chemistry between Lizzy and the rest of the crew felt authentic and unforced. Whether she was fabricating custom recovery equipment, helping coordinate complex multi-vehicle rescues, or just sharing light-hearted moments between jobs, Lizzy brought an energy that made viewers feel like they were part of something real. This wasn't a scripted television drama, this was genuine friendship and teamwork in action. Her social media presence grew alongside the channel's success, with fans following her Instagram and TikTok accounts to catch glimpses of her life beyond recoveries. Lizzy shared her passion for horses, rodeo riding, and the ranching lifestyle that she clearly loved. These posts painted a picture of someone whose dreams extended far beyond the welding shop and recovery trucks. The moment everything changed. Then came July 2023. Matt's off-road recovery posted a video titled, "I Never Expected This," and longtime fans immediately felt that familiar dread. The title alone suggested something significant was coming, and the video's tone confirmed everyone's worst fears. This wasn't just another regular episode, this was a goodbye. Watching Lizzy's departure video was emotional for anyone who'd followed her journey. There she stood, surrounded by the crew that had become her family, preparing to leave behind the channel that had brought her worldwide recognition. The send-off party was bittersweet, filled with genuine affection and sadness from everyone involved. Matt even gifted Lizzy a brand-new pickup truck as a parting gesture, showing just how much she'd meant to the team. But why was she leaving? What could possibly pull someone away from a successful YouTube channel with millions of subscribers and growing fame? The answer revealed something deeply personal and profoundly human about Lizzy's character. Lizzy explained that she was moving away from Hurricane Utah to pursue her real passion, ranching. She wanted to dedicate herself to horse riding, cattle care, and building a life connected to the land. Her husband's family owned property that offered the opportunity to establish their own ranch, and Lizzy was ready to chase that dream with everything she had. For casual viewers, this announcement came out of nowhere. How could someone walk away from internet fame, a solid income, and work she seemed to enjoy? But for those who'd been paying attention to Lizzy's social media posts, this decision made perfect sense. She'd never hidden her love for ranching and rodeo culture. The welding and recoveries were impressive skills, but they were never her ultimate passion. The hidden struggle: fame versus authenticity. Here's what many viewers don't understand about YouTube fame and the reality behind successful channels like Matt's Off-Road Recovery. When a channel grows from a small operation to a multi-million subscriber phenomenon, everything changes. What starts as friends filming adventures gradually transforms into a business with schedules, expectations, and obligations. Lizzy faced pressures that most fans never saw. The filming schedule for a successful YouTube channel is demanding and relentless. Content needs to be produced consistently to maintain audience engagement and channel growth. That means showing up for recoveries when scheduled, being camera-ready, and maintaining the personality that fans have come to love, even on days when you're exhausted, stressed, or dealing with personal challenges. The welding and fabrication work that Lizzy excelled at requires intense focus and physical stamina. Working with heavy equipment, dangerous tools, and extreme temperatures takes a toll on your body. Combine that with the pressure of performing for cameras, and you've got a recipe for burnout that can creep up slowly over months and years. There's also the emotional weight of being a public figure. Lizzy had thousands of followers watching her every move. Every post, every appearance, every decision became subject to public scrutiny and commentary. For someone whose real dreams lay elsewhere, maintaining this public persona while yearning for a different life must have created an internal conflict that grew harder to ignore. The financial aspect adds another layer of complexity. YouTube's success brings income and opportunities, but it also creates golden handcuffs. Walking away from a steady paycheck and growing platform requires courage, especially when you're choosing an uncertain path like starting a ranch. Ranching isn't glamorous. It's hard physical labor with unpredictable income and constant challenges. The reality behind the scenes. Let's talk about what Lizzy was actually choosing when she left Matt's Off-Road Recovery. Ranching isn't a romantic escape from modern life. It's one of the most demanding lifestyles you can pursue. The work never stops. The financial margins are razor thin, and success requires dedication that most people can't comprehend. Lizzy wasn't just walking away from YouTube fame. She was walking toward a life that would test her in completely different ways. Caring for cattle means early mornings, late nights, and working in brutal weather conditions. Horse training requires patience, skill, and accepting that animals don't care about your schedule or comfort. Equipment breaks down, veterinary emergencies happen at the worst times, and market prices fluctuate beyond your control. The plan to buy property from her husband's family and establish their own ranch represented a huge financial gamble. Land in Utah isn't cheap, and setting up a functional ranch requires massive upfront investment in fencing, buildings, equipment, and livestock. Without the steady income from her work with Matt's Off-Road Recovery, Lizzy was betting everything on making this dream work. But here's what makes Lizzy's decision so powerful and heartbreaking at the same time. She chose authenticity over convenience. She could have stayed with the channel, continued building her online presence, and enjoyed the relative security that comes with YouTube success. Instead, she chose the harder path because it aligned with her true passions and values. This decision reflects a maturity and self-awareness that's rare, especially in today's social media-driven culture, where fame and followers often become the goal rather than the means to an end. Lizzy understood that external validation and public success mean nothing if you're not living a life that feels genuine and fulfilling to you personally. Life after more. Since leaving Matt's off-road recovery, Lizzy has largely stepped away from the public eye. Her social media accounts, once bustling with updates and fan interactions, have gone mostly quiet. This silence has sparked countless questions and speculation among fans who miss seeing her adventures and want to know how she's doing. Some fans worry that something went wrong, that maybe the ranch dream didn't work out, or that Lizzy regrets her decision. Others speculate about potential conflicts with the Matt's off-road recovery team or behind-the-scenes drama that forced her departure. The truth, however, is probably much simpler and far less dramatic. Lizzy's reduced online presence likely reflects someone genuinely focused on building a new life. Ranching doesn't leave much time for social media updates. When you're working dawn to dusk, caring for animals, maintaining property, and building a sustainable operation, posting Instagram stories becomes a low priority. The silence might actually be the healthiest sign that Lizzy is fully committed to her chosen path. The show itself acknowledged Lizzy's departure with respect and affection. Matt Wetzel made it clear that she left on excellent terms, with the door always open for potential future appearances. This stands in contrast to some other departures from the channel, where the circumstances were less clear and fans were left wondering what really happened. Lizzy did mention in her farewell that she might return for occasional appearances if the situation called for it, but so far, she hasn't been back. This absence suggests that she's genuinely moved on and is fully invested in her new life. It takes serious commitment to stay away from something that brought you fame and financial security, especially when the opportunity to return is available. The bigger picture. Why so many leave? Lizzy wasn't the only beloved cast member to leave Matt's off-road recovery, and understanding the broader pattern helps explain what makes this YouTube phenomenon so challenging behind the scenes. The channel has experienced surprisingly high turnover among its core crew members, with several fan favorites departing over recent years. Rudy, Matt's own son, left in early 2022 to pursue his own path. Despite everyone assuming he'd eventually inherit the family business, Rudy felt constrained by the filming schedule and wanted to share his own story on his own terms. He started his own YouTube channel called Rudy's Adventure and Design, also known as RAD, focusing on fabrication work and building his own audience on his own schedule. Trevor, Tucker, and Skeeter all departed around late 2022, though their exits weren't given the same attention as Lizzy's send-off. Matt addressed their departures briefly, confirming they left on good terms and simply moved on to other opportunities. The lack of detailed explanations sparked speculation, but the reality seems to be that these crew members simply found opportunities that better suited their personal goals. Tom also eventually moved on from the channel, though details about his departure remain vague. These departures paint a picture of a high-pressure environment where talented people regularly choose to walk away despite the channel's success and growing opportunities. What does this turnover tell us? It suggests that working on a successful YouTube channel isn't as glamorous as it appears from the outside. The demanding schedule, constant pressure to produce content, and loss of personal privacy create challenges that eventually outweigh the benefits for many people. Even when the money is good and the fame is growing, if the work doesn't align with your deeper values and dreams, burnout becomes inevitable. The cost of following your dreams. Let's address the elephant in the room. Did Lizzy make the right choice? From a purely practical standpoint, Leaving a successful YouTube channel at the height of its popularity might seem crazy. She walked away from growing fame, reliable income, and the opportunity to build a substantial online presence that could have opened countless doors. But life isn't just about maximizing financial returns or accumulating followers. Lizzy's decision reminds us that success means different things to different people. For her, success wasn't measured in subscribers or social media engagement. It was measured by how closely her daily life aligned with her deepest values and passions. The ranching dream that Lizzy pursued represents a kind of success that can't be quantified in views or likes. Building something tangible with your own hands, working with animals, connecting with the land. These experiences offer fulfillment that digital fame simply can't replicate. For someone whose heart has always belonged to that lifestyle, staying with Matt's off-road recovery would have felt like living someone else's dream. That said, we can't romanticize the sacrifice Lizzy made. She gave up security for uncertainty, fame for anonymity, and a clear career path for a venture that might not succeed. Ranching is notoriously difficult, with many operations struggling to remain financially viable. The reality is that Lizzy might face challenges in her new life that make her time welding and doing recoveries seem easy by comparison. The emotional cost of leaving behind the crew that became her family shouldn't be underestimated either. Those relationships formed through shared adventures, dangerous situations, and everyday challenges can't be easily replaced. Choosing to walk away from that community required accepting a loneliness that comes with pursuing a path that others might not understand or support. What fans got wrong about Lizzy. During her time on Matt's off-road recovery, many fans assumed Lizzy loved recovery work as much as they loved watching. So her departure left some surprised or even feeling let down. Others speculated about hidden drama, reflecting how internet culture often expects scandal where none exists. But Lizzy had always been open about her true passions. Her social media regularly showed her love for horses, rodeo, and ranching alongside recovery work. The truth is, she was never pretending. Welding and recoveries were skills she had, not her ultimate calling. Her decision wasn't failure or giving up on success. It was about realizing she was building someone else's dream instead of her own. By leaving when she did, Lizzy showed the courage to choose authenticity and personal fulfillment before it was too late. The ripple effect on Matt's off-road recovery. Lizzy's departure, combined with the loss of several other popular crew members, raised questions about the future of Matt's off-road recovery itself. Could the channel maintain its success without the personalities that had helped make it special? Would viewers stick around as familiar faces disappeared and new crew members took their places? So far, the channel has proven remarkably resilient. Subscriber counts continue growing, views remain strong, and the online merchandise store keeps thriving. Matt Wetzel has successfully brought in new talent while maintaining the authentic, adventure-focused content that built the channel's reputation. The show continues documenting incredible recoveries and showcasing the team's expertise. But something intangible has changed. Longtime viewers notice the shift in dynamics, the absence of familiar banter, and the loss of relationships that had developed over years of shared adventures. New crew members are talented and likable, but they haven't yet developed the deep connections with the audience that took years for the original team to build. This evolution is natural and probably healthy for the channel's long-term sustainability. Relying too heavily on specific personalities creates vulnerability. When those people leave, the entire operation can collapse. By successfully navigating these transitions, Matt's off-road recovery demonstrates that the core concept and quality of the content matters more than any individual personality. Still, for fans who fell in love with the original crew dynamics, the changes feel bittersweet. You can't help but miss the chemistry that Lizzy brought to every episode, even while understanding and respecting her decision to pursue her own path. The lessons in Lizzy's story. Lizzy's shift from YouTube star to rancher offers lessons beyond automotive recovery. Her story speaks to the struggle between success and fulfillment, and between external expectations and personal dreams. Walking away from success, she shows, isn't failure, but courage. The willingness to admit you're climbing the wrong mountain and choose a different path. Her decision also proves that authenticity outweighs metrics. Lizzy left at the height of her popularity, choosing a life that felt real over one that only looked impressive. By leaving on her own terms, she avoided being trapped by obligations or expectations. Ultimately, her journey is about self-awareness, knowing what truly matters, and having the strength to pursue it. Addressing the speculation. Let's tackle some of the rumors and speculation that have circulated since Lizzy's departure. Was there drama behind the scenes? Did something happen between her and other crew members? Was she forced out despite the friendly farewell? Based on all available evidence, the answer appears to be no. Matt Wetzel's comments about Lizzy leaving on excellent terms seem genuine, as does his offer for her to return if circumstances allow. The send-off party and gift of a new truck suggest authentic appreciation and friendship, rather than forced pleasantries covering deeper conflicts. Did Lizzy regret her decision? Has ranch life proven harder than she expected? Without direct updates from Lizzy herself, we can only speculate, but her continued absence from social media and the show suggests she's genuinely committed to her new path. If things had gone terribly wrong, she would likely have returned to recovery work or maintained some online presence. Could Lizzy ever come back? Matt left that door open, and Lizzy mentioned the possibility in her farewell. However, the longer she stays away, the less likely a return becomes. Building a ranch operation requires years of consistent effort, and once you've fully committed to that lifestyle, returning to television work becomes increasingly difficult. The real story probably lacks the drama that makes for exciting gossip. Sometimes, people just make different choices, pursue different dreams, and move on to new chapters without villains, conflicts, or regrets. That narrative might be less exciting than speculation about behind-the-scenes drama, but it's probably closer to the truth. What this means for content creator culture. Lizzy's story highlights the bigger pressures of YouTube and social media, where constant output, audience engagement, and platform growth often lead to burnout. What begins as a passion can quickly turn into a demanding full-time job that overshadows the original inspiration. Her decision to step away contrasts with Rudy's choice to start RAD, showing two valid paths, one toward creative independence within digital media, and the other toward a life beyond screens focused on real-world fulfillment. These choices reflect broader patterns in content creation, where many discover the reality of YouTube doesn't match their expectations. High turnover is common across successful channels, though most avoid discussing it openly. Matt's off-road recovery stands out for its transparency, addressing departures honestly and showing fans that moving on can simply mean pursuing new opportunities, not hidden drama. From welding torches to wide-open ranches, from YouTube fame to quiet anonymity, Lizzy Stout made the kind of courageous choice that most people only dream about. She walked away from success to chase something that mattered more. A reminder that happiness can't be measured in subscribers or views, but in living a life that feels true to who you really are. What do you think about Lizzy's decision to leave it all behind for ranching life? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.